Okay, what's up, the Wiley Show family? We had okay. I want to make sure I get this right. You are the ex of Von Ray, aka Devon. That's his government name,
Yes, Divine.
Devon. So you have some issues with him. I know he's going around social media. He dated Latoya Forever, and he also dated Chelsea, which that is Tasha K's employee. So tell us about what's going on right now with you and Devon, because he's out of jail. He got a new apartment. He got a car. So how is he doing right now for you and your child?
And I wouldn't even say for me and my child. I will say for my son,
Okay.
Aiden, well, our son, he isn't doing anything, and that's where my frustration came in, which brought me here today because I asked him for money for my son's jacket. I don't get paid yet. Yes, I do have a job. I work Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 6:30. And my son ripped his coat at school. Yes, his coat outside, and I asked him for a jacket yesterday. He never replied back. He replied back today and was like, "How much?" And I was like, "Well, he needed a jacket. I'm sorry, and some pants because my son is growing. He is a boy. He eats a lot." So then he proceeds to say, "Well, call me." And I was like, "Well, I'm at work. I'm busy, so you could text me." I don't know why he has an issue with texting because any other time that's how we communicate through text messages. Then he proceeds to say, "Well, I'll see." Then I was like, "Okay, whatever." Didn't say anything. Then he comes back. He was like, "Well, I got it figured out." He was like, "I gave your number to my dad." That's where my issue comes in. Don't give my number out to anybody that does not, have not, did anything for my son that's almost 9. He
Mm,
was like, "Well, he has access to him as much as he does." Actually, he doesn't because they don't do anything. All birthday parties have been always open invitation to Divine and his family. And if they come, it'll be like two of them that come, which is a sister, and they will stop by to get presents on the way to the birthday party, which is a card and it says happy birthday or in a kite. My son is almost 9. I've been doing this on my own. Not saying that Devon was never on child support, but even when he was on child support, he barely paid it.
wow.
And then he went to jail and he called me. Like we have this, I'll say this love hate relationship because one minute he's, oh, we got to do better. We got to co parent, which I've been saying from the jump. Then the next minute, oh, you bitter. You want me. You just mad because I don't want to be with you. I can't stand you. I tolerate you for the sake of our son. So that's where we're here today because it's like you cannot give my number out to people that I don't really know. I know of his dad. His dad came to the hospital after having a stroke when Ada was in the hospital on life or death situation. I called Devon. Even in that situation, he was like, "Oh, he'll be okay." That's when everybody came to the hospital, his sisters and his mom, and it was like, "Oh my God, like it's really serious. Like Devon needs to get up here." He was mad because his dad made him come up there, and that's when he even showed his ass and stormed out the hospital. So it's like at this point, I'm over it. Like I'm trying to be nice. I don't want clout or whatever everybody's gonna say, but at this point, it's like he's manipulative. He's a liar. One minute he wants to be this nice person, next minute he wants to be this next person. The only thing I'm asking you to do is do stuff for your son. I
Mm.
don't need your money. I don't need you. I don't want you because even in the previous YouTube that somebody sent to me because I don't go looking for him because I don't care what he does. He says, "Oh well, I could go back to my baby mama right now, both of them, and they want me." No, you can't because we don't get along.
Wow. So because he's out of jail, he's on house arrest. He got an apartment right now, from my understanding. How did that make you feel to see him keep going around and not doing something for your son? Because he's actually spending money for himself right now.
Honestly, it's annoying.
Mhm.
Because one minute you want to say you just want to be co-parents and you want to do better so that you can help your baby moms out and get them out of their situations and make a better life for your moms and all of us. But then here I come the one time or two times out of the year to ask you for something and it's an issue. So it's annoying.
I feel you on that. Would you ever put him back on child support? Because I know you said he was on it, he barely paid it. Would you ever make that decision and put him back on there, or go after him for missed payments?
Honestly, when I went to take him off, and let's make the record clear because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, why didn't she put him on child support?" In my first video that I did, I clearly stated Devon was on child support. I took him off because he asked me to, because he said that would put him in a better position to help out. Me as a mom thinking, okay, maybe he's struggling. He was like, he had some money issues or whatever like that, and he was going to help. I took him off. We went down there and they made me sign some papers or whatever like that. And Ada was supposed to go down there for a year. Ada didn't even stay with him for a year. I packed up every single thing in my son's room because Devon was at my house and was like, "Well, just pack up everything." I'm just like, "Okay, well, you can buy him stuff. Like, what if he comes back? Granted, in a year, he would have probably grown out of it." Ada didn't even stay down there for a whole year. He stayed down there for a week and brought him back. And the lady at the child support case, she was like, "Well, the case is never closed, so therefore, I am waiting on another court date for us to actually go to court."
Wow, because he's on, from my understanding, he's on, on monitoring because of stalking. Have you ever get stalker vibes from him?
He's never stalked me, but not being funny, but I can't put it past him because he's manipulative. He puts on his charm. He got that, "Oh, nobody can do nothing to me" vibe. He got that, "Oh, nobody can beat me." Like he just has that mentality.
Mm.
So
So when the last time you talked to him for your son Jackie, he pretty much just brushed you off. Have he ever done anything for his other kids? Because I know you're not the only one to have a child by him. Have you done something
um
for another child that you know of?
yes, he does a lot for Kaizen. Because he said, and he stated to me plenty of times, I can send you the screenshot. "Oh, I don't have this problematic Kaizen's mom. We get along fine." But y'all was in a relationship.
Mm.
As I stated before, me and Devon wasn't in a relationship. He was my cover up. And he knew that because he even tried to sleep with me and my ex girlfriend.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So you're bi.
Yes. But I prefer women, but I do talk to guys. And that's where, even in his video, he was like, "Oh, that's what she does. She wear do rags and all that." I don't wear do rags out in public. Yes, in that video, I had a do rag on my head because it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And I wasn't doing my hair, putting on all that extra stuff that I don't wear on a daily basis. Like, I'm natural. Like, I don't wear lashes. I don't wear makeup. I don't wear none of that. So for him to say, "Oh, that's what she do. She thinks she admit." No, I do not. I know I'm a woman. I'm proud to be a woman. Like, so yeah.
What if you ever can have a conversation with him today, if he were to see this, what message do you want him to get? Did you want him to receive from you?
Just do for your son. Cause
Mm.
even with him saying, "Oh well, my dad is gonna contact you for the stuff that you say," and he put a quotations that you say he need. I don't have to lie. And you think that when you do send me the $60 when I say he needed it for his medicine, I got his medicine. My son has real bad asthma and bronchitis. He is constantly on medicine. They change his medicine every time he go to the doctor because his body has got so immune to the inhalers that he's on. And when it, like, the weather changes, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, he has this bad cough that he's had since he was a baby. He had surgery numerous times that Devon even knows about. So I just want him to do for his son. I don't need anything from him. He think I'm taking his money to do whatever I need. Boy, the reason why he didn't come to Christmas was because my car. Like, I have a car, but I wasn't going down to Atlanta for you to spend a couple hours with him and then say, "Oh, I got stuff to do," and get stranded. I don't have the best car, but I have something that gets me and my kids from point A to point B.
Mhm.
I just
And
want him to do for him.
yes, because I see that he just got out of a relationship with Tasha K employee. he took the charges off where apparently according to her that he said it was fraudulent charges. And I'm wondering, like, you doing all this stuff to get money back, and you got a bed, and you got this camera, and you got this show, but you're not providing for your son. Does that make him a deadbeat dad?
To me, yes, because if you can't even provide for both of your kids, and now I won't even bring his other son into it. If you can't provide for your oldest son, it's an issue. But you could flaunt money. You can go out and use the excuse, oh, I just got out of jail, because that's what he say. Oh, well, you got to give me time. I just got out of jail, so I'm get back on my feet. But yet you flaunt money to buy suits for parties. That don't make sense to me, man.
I did see that when he went out for New Year's Eve, he had on a suit and it looked like it was expensive. And I'm like, wow, like what? And I was wondering, what do his baby mom have to say about that? That he's going around spending money and not doing for your son,
At this point, one, please stop calling me baby mama. Just say the mother of his child, because I do not like that term.
the
However,
mother of his child. Yes, okay.
I don't have an issue with you spending money and you liking nice things, because Devon likes to live this lifestyle above his means. And
Mm.
it's that's what you want to do, by all means. You can say I'm broke, you can say this, that, and the third. However, my kids come first at the end of the day. I don't care what I look like. I mean, I do care to a certain extent, but I make sure I'm presentable to people. Yes, that last video I did, I had on a do-rag. Okay, shame me for that, whatever. However, you want to live this lifestyle and live above your means, take that same energy and put it into your son, because it's always been a line of communication. His family know it, my family know it, people from high school know it. Like, I've always had that line of communication, and I'm the type of person to where, yeah, you can keep doing me wrong, but at the same time, don't do your child wrong. We might not like each other, but don't do your child wrong, because it's been plenty of times that Aiden has and called him. Devon didn't answer, or he'll wait weeks to call him back, or he'll try to reach out to me. And I'm just like, Aiden has a phone so that me and you don't have to communicate. That I paid for. Because I even asked him to get him a phone, because he was like, well, I don't want to talk to you. And that's fine. You don't got to talk to me. But then you didn't want to even buy him a phone. So I went out and bought him a phone so that you could talk to him, and you didn't even pick up the phone and call him until it's convenient for you.
And that
And
must
you
have
have
to
to be
hurt your
consistent.
son. That must have to hurt your son not to have a relationship with his father because his father's annoying him. Is he hurt right now? How is he doing mentally? So,
Honestly, my son is 8, and he has grown to have this temper. Yes, given I have a temper, Devon has a temper, but I feel like it's something deeper than that, because he sees my nephews with their dads, and at one point in time, people will always send stuff to my phone, videos or whatever like that, and my son will be around me and not open it. And he even said to me at 7, "Why my dad don't want to talk to me, but he's with my brother."
wow.
7. And I, like I said, I used to force my son to call, and I would see, like, I was like, okay, maybe it's helping him. Maybe if I keep making him call him, it'll help him in the long run. But it was actually hurting him, because he wouldn't answer the phone. And then I would have to deal with that disappointment. I had to pick up the pieces. So after a while, I just stopped making him call. I would ask him, "You want to call your dad?" He was like, "For what?" He don't ever pick up.
Wow. Do you ever think, like, when he was dating Latoya, was he in his child's life? Was he doing for him then? Or
No.
oh wow, okay. And when he was dating, I believe Tasha K's employee Chelsea, I'm assuming he wasn't doing anything. Do you think that he will comply with the cuts? Because I don't even like to get government involved, but in this case, government have to be involved, and unfortunately, you have to force him to provide for your son, for your son financially. And if he don't comply with the payments, he's going to end up back in jail. Are you okay with that?
And you know what? I would never say I'm okay with somebody going to jail.
Mhm.
But at this point, something has to be done, because I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. And yes, me and Devon had a conversation on the phone to where he hung up, because once again he wanted to blame me. And I take responsibility to a certain extent because I do have a temper. And you sitting here over talking me, I'll over talk you, and then you sitting here, you need to listen. I don't do well with somebody telling me what I need to do.
Right. That's true. That's a good point.
Especially from somebody like him. And then he wants to hang up and then he blew my phone up, called me 5 times back to back. Oh, call me, call me. No, you hung up. Remember, you told me to do what I need to do.
Wow. Do you think that you will, if you were to date him again, that he will do stuff for your son? Is it because he's bitter that y'all not dating or having sex?
Oh no, there is no dating nothing. Oh no, no, no.
Okay.
No, no. No.
So
That's
it,
easy for me.
so was this a one night stand or were y'all in a relationship or friendship? Because I'm trying to understand the history between you and Devon.
Oh, we actually met in high school.
Okay.
Um, we had class together, and Devon came and sat by me. And even then in high school, I was talking to females, and he knew it. There was never really a relationship, and that's one thing I will agree on. We didn't have no relationship. He was my cover up, and that was that. And then yes, people would say, "Oh well, if you don't like him, why did y'all end up having sex?" Even on his 16th birthday, people do stuff. Um, Honestly, people could say, "Oh, she dumb," but in my mind frame back then, it was okay. Let me have sex with this dude because then he would actually send $200 here, $200 there whenever we did do something. And then I got to the point to where I don't even like you. Like this is not really even something that's benefiting. Maybe it's benefit to him, but my son like that inconsistency of being here and coming to see him just so you can get what you want. And that's where I feel like he be like, oh well, she still want me. Boy, we ain't had no relations, we ain't had sex, man. I don't know how long, because that's just something I'm not doing no more. It's either you gonna do it or you not. Like you gonna be here for your son, you not. Like that's just what it is. We ain't no relationship. There would never be a relationship. I've tried co-parenting, but it seemed like if it's not on his terms or me letting him talk to me like he ain't got no damn sense, and I'm not doing that, then he wants to say, "Oh, she bitter. She want to be in me. She jealous. People want to bring him down." No, because if you end up in jail, then what? Well, back in jail, then what? My son is still left with no dad. So come on, bro. Like that was never my intentions for you to end up in jail or go to jail. Like, come on, man.
When you look at this, do you think that after this conversation that he will do better? Because he always say, because he was saying his last live, I want to go back on the dating scene. I'm like, how can you go back on dating and you're not even taking care of your responsibility? Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Honestly, it's not gonna change him. 9 times out of 10, I could bet my life on this. He's gonna say, "Oh well, she bitter. She just mad," or he gonna say something along that line, talk about, "Oh well, I kept him from his son and all this extraness when there was always line of communications open." He's gonna say something along that line. Like it's not gonna change him. He even had a song when he was on child support. Every child support, they can't change him. They ain't gonna stop him. Nobody's trying to stop you. Nobody's trying to stop your hustle. None of that. Because even when at one point in time he was calling me asking for advice, I always told him if music is what you want to do, then do it. Or if you want to go drive trucks, then do it. I'm not this person like this vindictive, hated person. Like that's not me. Yes, I got an attitude. Yes, I have a mouth. But at the same time, like I only get like that when people push me to that point. I don't wish bad on nobody, not even him.
I feel you on that. And he have so many rumors regarding about his sexuality. I do want to ask you, do you think that he's a gay man or a bisexual man? Because his ex Chelsea put out a statement saying that men make problems with good women because they are suppressing their feelings to be with a man. So, do you think that he want to be with men?
In my opinion, just for me being in this lifestyle since 6th grade for so long, that is one of the traits of it. And it
Oh,
could also be mental stuff that you're not dealing with, because a lot of times, like he said, he want to go back to church. Well, you have to deal with yourself first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And church makes you look at yourself, not point the fingers, not blame other people. It makes you open up wounds and trauma to see why you act that way, or why you perceive to be this way. So I'm not doubting it. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he ain't, but I'm not doubting it. I wouldn't put it past him.
Okay. And I hope that he do for your son, because that's his son. And I know for me, from experience, not having my father in my life, it hurt me. And I just now, trying to get over it. And I'm 31 years old, still dealing with that pain. So with this experience, that's going to hurt your son, because especially looking at other kids with their son, with their father, and all of that, that's going to like make your son like, what? Why my dad not in my life? So I pray that he do for your son, because at the end of the day, you can only do so much. You his mother. But that
Yeah,
father is missing. Like that father piece, that's supposed to be the person to teach you how to be a man. And right
right.
now, he's not living up to that standard of being a good father, being a good example for his son.
And I will agree with you, because that's one thing I always told him. It's things that I can't teach him. I won't be able to teach him. And like he said, oh, I like to act like a man. Let's just say, oh, I was in that role of being the dominant one. It's still things that I cannot teach him because I am a woman. I
Mm-hmm.
don't try to teach him things that only a man can. Like I try to tell him, like, as a man, this is what you're supposed to do. But it's not gonna click and register to him, because he sees me as his mom. Like I am his mom, but he like, oh, this is just mom talking. Like, what does she know about being a man? Like, there's just things like I won't be able to teach him. And I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to fill that void of replacing Devon or anything like that. Like, but I want him to be consistent. I want him to actually be here, involved. Like, yeah, you can't leave the States right now. Okay. But I am going to say this. Chelsea sent me a message from out of Bond's phone, and he said he didn't call Aiden when he got out because he was afraid I was going to ask him for money.
Wow.
Don't know if it's true or not. It's just what Chelsea told me. Also, she was just saying how Vaughn did send me $1,500 like 2, 3 years ago, out of nowhere. I was at home minding my own business. Then my cash app ding. But then comes to find out, you bragging about only sending me $1,500 for your son that I spent on him for school that year. I didn't spend it on me because I don't get my hair and nails done. I spent it on him. But then you go and send Kaiser's mom $3,000. Like, what is the difference between the boys?
Mm-mm-mm.
Take the mothers out of the picture. These are your seeds that you produce, that you brought into this world. And yeah, you didn't want Aiden because we wasn't in a relationship. That's cool, fine, dandy, but he's here now. So what is the difference? Aiden's your firstborn. What is the difference? Like, and
That,
I really want him to answer that. Like, what's the difference? Why do you do more for your youngest son than you do for me? For Aiden, take me out of the equation. What's the issue then? Because it's always been an open line of communication. And it might sound like my voice has went up because I'm aggravated, I'm annoyed, it's frustrating. My son is about to be 9. Devon came to one birthday party when Ada was 3 at the bowling alley. He came, he sat in the back, he was standoffish. He took Aiden off for all of 10 minutes, brought him back, and then he left. So y'all got to see my frustration and all of this. Yes, it might be backlash from this. Yes, it might be people who's going to say, oh, I feel her or whatever. They're going to say, oh, she's just doing this because she bitter. I'm not bitter. If he finds love, congratulations. But make sure it's really love and not doing this for people. Because I want somebody that's going to be around my son that's going to treat him how I would treat them if I wasn't around. You take him off somewhere, make sure she's doing him right. You have to be doing right as well. That's all I want from this whole situation. He gonna get mad because even when he found out, I guess that you reached out before, because he was like, "Oh well, why didn't you tell me? People from YouTube reaching out to you. That's why you acting like this." No, I've been like this. This is my same frustration I had with you from day one.
And my thing is just provide for your son. You know what I mean? That's not a hard, even if you don't want a relationship, at least financially help out. You know what I'm saying? And he's not even doing that. He's not doing that emotionally. He's not there for his son emotionally and not there financially. Because I know it's hard for you being a single mother. That have to be difficult
It
to
is.
take care of all the responsibility.
Like, I got a job to where I don't like. I don't see how people do it. I don't see how Devon does it, because I work a job from 6:30 in the morning, 6:30 at night. And I don't see my kids for those 12 hours. I be missing my kids. But I do that so I can provide. I sacrifice time with them so I can provide, because I'm picking up the slack for two parents when it comes to Aiden. And I didn't do it by myself. That's why I want him to understand we made this kid. Whether it was by accident, he's still here. Just do your part. That's all I've been asking. Just do your part. Like, I shouldn't have to text you, "Oh, Aiden needs a jacket." You know what kids need. He's a growing boy. You know boys grow out of their clothes like freaking water. You shouldn't say, "Oh, how much do you need?" I don't. And one thing about me, two things for certain: I don't try to live above my means. So when he do send money, I go to Roses, I go to Ross, not even shop at Walmart, because I make sure the clothes last. I make that money stretch, and I make sure he has everything he needs. Not to mention the medical side of all of this. And yes, he do have insurance. However, sometimes the insurance doesn't pay for every single thing, and that was my issue, because sometimes he had to have surgery and I have to try to switch to a different insurance just so it can cover majority of it. So do your part, man. That's all I'm asking, is for you to do your part. Like, just do your part. It's not that hard, and be consistent about doing your part. That's been my frustration for years. Just being consistent and doing your part. And I even told him I can go back to messages from all three of my phones that I could find. It's not even about the money. It's about the time.
It's about the time. So, anything else that you want to share? Because I don't want to hold you up because I know you're busy. But I pray that he have a heart and to provide for his son. Because at the end of the day, you only get this chance. You're right. Your son, he's gonna get older. He's gonna become a grown man, and you don't want him to get 18, 19 years old. You never had a relationship. You never did anything. So I hope that he have a heart and say, "Hey, let me provide for the son," because he has sponsors on his YouTube channel. He's going live on his YouTube channel saying that he got, that he's doing it big. So I pray that he, include his son in his success by providing for him, because I don't want to see him go to child support, not pay, then end back in jail. But if that
Right.
has to be the case, that have to be the case. You have to take care of your responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I will say this, because I know he gonna see it. This is really not to hurt him, to make him feel any type of way. I just want you to open your eyes and see that if you want to do this YouTube thing, do it. Do it big, but do it in truth, do it in love, and do it consistency, and add your son into it. Be the best you can be, but in your son's life. That's all I'm asking.
I feel you on that. Well, thank you so very much for coming on, and hopefully you will be sending text saying that he's doing his duty, because I know it's hard on you being a single mom. That's have to be very challenging, and then doing 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's have to be rough.
Yeah.
You have to be rough. So thank you so much. Your cash app is below here. Never defeated 29. So if anybody want to contribute, you can. That's why we have it on the screen. Dollar sign never defeated 29. So make sure if you all want to contribute to that. I think that you should be a YouTuber and do YouTube. Have you ever thought about doing that?
Nah, this ain't for me.
You don't want to do that. Okay.
Nah.
But I'm glad that you're speaking up and letting it be known, like say, hey, bro, you need to take care of your responsibility. Take you out of it like a relationship and all like that. I don't think that you're bitter. You just frustrated with this man not contributing to his child.
Yeah. And
That's
that's it.
that's it. That's it. That's what I get from it. I don't see the bitterness at all. And hopefully he does right. Because when you go to child support, they're gonna go back and be like, you owe all of it. You know what I'm saying? It's best just to do right. I'm just saying before the government get involved and they be like, you owe all these thousands of dollars, and then you get yourself in a hole and you can't pay, and you end up back in the slammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was it. Anything else you want to share before we close?
Nah, that was it. I appreciate the time.
No problem.
Um,
Well, thank you
Just
so much,
listening.
Justina, and I hope and pray that everything's go well for you and your child.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, you guys, that was it. And once again, her cash app is right here on the screen. Dollar signs never defeated 29, and we will see y'all in the next video. Bye.